Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune reading today. We're doing the December birthday readings. Happy birthday, December birthday people! Yay! So that's going to be some Sagittarians, some Ophiuchuses, and some Capricorns. So let's take the Willow Runes, and we are going to do a full Futhark spread and find out what your year is going to be like. Now, a little word about time as far as divination goes. Time in the realm of divination doesn't follow calendars and clocks. Time has to do with events. So this will happen, then this, then this, then this. That having been said, the thing about when you do the full Futhark reading is that it tends to be about a year. So we're going to go with that. So let's start with the splash to see what your year is starting with. Where you are now. Where are you now? Right now, December birthday people. Alrighty. Alrighty-o. So your central issue right now, we have Fehu reversed. Fehu is the rune of wealth and worth. It's cattle. Probably cattle are not going to enter into this. It is reversed, and it's the central issue. So I'm going to read this a couple of ways. One, it's about your confidence. It's about building confidence, and also it's because you maybe haven't felt as much with the wealth and worth recently. Maybe you're feeling like you're not as worthy as you wanted to be, or maybe you're worried about your confidence levels. Either way, it's about confidence, it's about building your wealth and worth from where you are, where you feel like you have some confidence, or you're thinking about your confidence. It's about that, your central thing right now. So leading up to that, we have Isa. Isa is the rune of ice, and it has to do with standstill, sometimes clarity. So maybe you had a moment of clarity that brought you to this current moment where you were like, I really want to work on my worth, but something has stopped. Like something stopped, something came to a stop, and something was very, very still. And you were like, okay, I need to reassess my worth because I'm not feeling as worthy as I would like. And how will we help this? So we have Uruz. Uruz is the rune of the wild ox, and that's the aurochs. And the Uruz is all about strength and health, and it's inherent strength and health. So just remind yourself that you are strong. You really, really are. You are just inherently strong. Like the ox doesn't lift weights. The ox is strong as the ox is. And this is basically, I'm just throwing down some more runes to clarify this line because it's important. This comes from the universe. Like this is basically blank rune. So basically you have this strength. This strength is yours. You have great strength. You are grounded. You are stubborn sometimes, but you are very strong, and you are inherently strong, and you're inherently healthy. And this is actually going to help you remember your worth and remember your confidence. What won't help is, you know, we have Laguz, which is the rune of the lake. It has to do with all that watery stuff. So emotion, intuition, and emotion, intuition, and heart. So it's on the lower line. So you got a little bit emotional about this, and if you let your emotions carry you away instead of just letting the emotions flow through like weather, if you sort of cling to that, then it can drag you down. You'd be like, you know, this upset me, and that means I can be upset, and now I'm upset, and I'm identifying as being upset, and I'm just going to be upset, and that removes all my worth, and I'm worthless. No, that's not true. And the thing is that this is just a challenge, you know, and the challenge isn't going to help you because you're thinking about it as a challenge. We have the challenge rune, which is Thurizaz. So that's the lowest line. It's basically, you're worried about this thing that stopped, that suddenly surged up your emotions, that are dragging you down in the maelstrom of themselves. And, it's become something that is it's a challenge that is dragging you down. But even the clues to overcoming that are in this rune, because this rune is upright. It's in Thurizaz's sense as a gateway, the gateway is open. So you're only being stopped by yourself. But anyway, none of this is helping you. It's just you're letting yourself get carried away and identify with emotions that are dragging you down. So if that starts to happen, which it's there, so it's a threat, it's something that might be an issue. bring yourself back up to this. No, you know what? I am strong. I am inherently strong. I've gotten this far and I am so strong, and this is coming from, this is the way it is. It's come down from the universe. This is how I am and this is who I am, and I am very, very strong. So try not to let this worry you too much. It will, but you just like let yourself get brought back up to where you remember that you're strong after all. And you're going to feel pretty good. After that whole thing, you're going to feel pretty good. We have Vunyo, which is the rune of joy. It's literally your next step. So here you are questioning your confidence, but as soon as you get in touch with remembering how strong you are, you're going to feel pretty good. You're going to feel very joyful and in connection with your joy and happiness. As well, another thing that's helping you is we have Algiz. Algiz is the rune of the elk, otherwise known as the moose, and it has to do with protection and support. Something else that I read recently, thanks to Grimfrost, is, because it came with the dice runes, which I just did, it reminds us that Algiz is not only representative of the elk, but it also represents elk sedge. And why that's important is that in ancient Scandinavia, they used to use elk sedge to thatch their houses. So it was protection. It was protection against the elements. Here's the elements. So not only are you pretty happy about this, and with your remembering how strong you are, you actually have a pretty good support system. It's not just you. I mean, everybody is just them, but it's not just you that is supporting you. You have really good support system, whether this is family and friends, whether this is somewhere the place where you live, whether this is, systems that are in place, whether this is even, it's not reversed, so it's not specifically your non-ordinary reality guardians and guides, but it's everything that's in place that is keeping you supported and comfortable and able to enjoy your happiness. So you actually have a lot of that. So that's what's going to continue to help your continued joy. What doesn't help is we're still in danger, not danger, but there's still the chance that you could start focusing really, really hard on the negative emotions that came up when this thing stopped that led you to all of this. So we have Kaunaz, it's reversed. Kaunaz is the rune of fire, so it's like a torch. So it's something that started small and expanded into a blaze, except it's reversed. So it's something that is honing to a point. And that's basically what this is like fixating. There's still a chance that you could slip into fixating on what went wrong, because that's how humans are built. And so if that starts to be the case, bring yourself back up into being aware of and remembering about what is supporting you here. What is keeping you safe and supported? What is protecting you? And that will help you overcome the fixations that may arise. So let's see what's next. Doopy-doo. Nice. Nice. All this nice stuff. There's not any not nice. Like it's all what it is. It's all the path and all the good stuff. And it's... Anyway, on we go. After this point where you've been feeling pretty good, sometimes you get pulled down into fixations on the negative, but you can generally pull yourself back up into remembering what's supporting you and that you are supported and protected. You're going to find yourself where you're really moving forward. We have Avaz, which is the horse rune. The horse has to do with movement and also spirit. So not only are you moving forward very well, but you're also following the spirit. You're letting your spirit guide you, which is really, really good. Like it's sort of, you're sort of deferring to spirit as far as the steps that you're taking forward, and you are therefore going forward very, very rapidly in a good way. What will help is you keep seeing the fruits of your labors. So you're making these choices, you're making these decisions, but then you're also seeing the good that's coming up because of them. So this continually feeds the horse, and the horse continues to run, which is great. What doesn't help in this case is, this is interesting, we have Raido. Now Raido's the rune of riding, implied a horse, and implied, especially with the younger Futhark, which this isn't, that it's good for the rider but bad for the horse. So I'm going to apply that to this because it does apply. If you try to let your mind and not spirit take over in this, if you try to force the horse to go somewhere which is against the spirit's wishes, things are going to get mucky and you're going to get dragged down. And you're not going to get any cool fruits of your labor. It's just going to slow things down, and it's going to be like you're going to be fighting with yourself. So don't fight with yourself. If you start to have that, let the horse take the lead again. Let the spirit take the lead again, and then you will start to see, yes, this is the right path because I am getting rewarded by the fruits of my labors. Just by making these choices, I am getting, things are better for me. So I'm going to keep doing that. And that's your best bet in this row. Your next step is, we have Gebo. Gebo's the rune of the gift. The gift in ancient times was always an exchange, so you never gave something without getting something back, so there's going to be a bit of exchange going on. Also, this rune has to do with agreements, decisions, and goals. So you may have reached a goal that you were looking for at this point, so at this point you may feel as confident as you hoped you would when you started out. At the same time, you may be setting new goals and new things for the way forward that you are hoping to work towards and achieve. So I'm going to lay down a few more for the next step. Alrighty. So, what's going to help you at this stage where you are the Gebo stage, which is agreements, decisions, and goals, and perhaps to have arrived at the goal that you set when you started out, which is, I want to be more confident. I want to feel my worth inwardly better. You'll be there by this time. You will have gone through the path of joy, and you will have followed the spirit, and then it's like, yeah, you know what, I'm feeling pretty good now. Let's set some new goals. So what's going to help you with that is we have Sovilo. Sovilo is the sun. It has to do with source energy. So you're going to open up to whatever gives you energy and nourishment in your life. This is going to vary person to person. So open up to whatever you know gives you. I'm going to pull a rune to actually, ooh, okay. That did help, and it also didn't. So, but it's also, I mean, it's good because it's we don't want to be too specific because there's all kinds of people hopefully getting this message with all their December birthdays. So tap into your source energy. Where's that coming from? Your natural nature. We have natural energies and natural forces. We have Hagalaz, which is the rune of the hailstorm. It has to do with nature. It has to do with the unbridled nature of nature. So you're sort of opening up to your nature, and this is going to help you see what nourishes you, and what nourishes you is what's going to nourish you as you are making new decisions and goals, and also to celebrate arriving at the goal that you set originally. What won't help is we may feel like there are more things you need to do. You may feel like this is all well and good, but maybe there's things that I should be not doing the thing that I love to do so that I can get them out of these. These are the shoulds. These are the shoulds. And that this can overwhelm me. So Nalthi is rune of need. Daga is rune of the breaking of the day. It has to do with overwhelm in the lower line. What isn't helping you is you could let yourself get overwhelmed by the shoulds. Yes, but I shouldn't be having all this enjoyment. I shouldn't be this happy. I should be knuckling down and being an adult who is always miserable and doing the thing that I should be doing. It's like, well, certainly there are things for which you are responsible and you need to get those done. But don't make yourself miserable to prove that you're an adult, because that's unnecessary. What you definitely will be able to do these things better if you are happy. So if you start to, you may start to let yourself get dragged down by this, and that's actually what's going to prevent you from setting new goals or enjoying the confidence that you have. You now have this confidence, enjoy it, embrace it. If you start to feel yourself getting dragged down by the shoulds, apart from your own actual responsibilities, which you need to be doing, you're going to want to bring yourself back up to tapping into your true nature, and also letting what nourishes you nourish you, opening up to that, letting it nourish you, and this will feed these new goals that you're setting, and you're going to be able to move forward. Your next step is going to be represented here by Pertho. Pertho is the rune of the lot box. It has to do with surprises, but also fate and luck. It is reversed, and it's on the path line, so I'm going to read this a couple ways. First of all, you're going to learn something about yourself that you didn't know before, something deep that was always a part of you, but you had no idea, and suddenly it's been revealed. It may get revealed because you're going to have a negative surprise. Something's going to happen that is maybe not pleasant. It's going to be a surprise. It's going to stop you in your tracks. But because of this, you're going to learn something about yourself that you maybe had no idea about yourself before. It was something that was always there. Maybe you looked right at it and completely missed it. However, you are going to become aware of it, and at this point. Just throwing down some more. Ooh, there's T-Vaz. I was wondering about T-Vaz. So what's going to help you here is feeling like, I'm going to read this a couple ways also. This thing that happens that's a negative surprise, but it's going to reveal something about you that you didn't know before, but that was always there, and it's really cool, and it's something that's going to make your life more rich. You're going to feel like it's going to be bringing you into a certain camaraderie with the rest of humanity. You're going to be like, you know what, I'm not the only person this has happened to. This has happened to a lot of people, and now I am a part of that. I am a part of the people that has that shared experience. So there's that. As well, what's going to help you is basically feeling where you belong, like being aware of where you belong in humanity, in terms of like not where you belong and where you should be, not your place, but it's going to be sort of feeling in the, like with kin, like sort of where you're, one person that I met at one point described Manas, which this is, the Rune of Humanity and one's place in it, as meeting somebody with joy, because these are sort of mirrored joy runes. There's joy. So there's that. It's like people that you can meet and who have had similar experiences, and you can sort of have that harmony together of being in the same choir. So, which you always are. But this feeling of shared experience is really going to help you in this. You will know immediately that you're not alone. And if you don't know that you're not alone, find that. We live in the age of the internet. You can type out what happened to you, and you will find lots of people went through it, and you'll be able to find that shared experience that's going to help you a lot in terms of getting through this. What won't help is you're going to be right out of your comfort zone. So this is Othala. It's the rune of the home and the homeland. It is reversed, and it's on the lower line, so it's what's not helping you. This thing that's happened is going to basically pull the rug out from under you. Even though you've learned something about yourself you didn't know before, it's going to be a big paradigm shift, and you're going to be out of your comfort zone. You're going to feel a bit lost. You're going to feel unseated. At the same time, you're going to feel like, well, what else can I not trust in my life? What else do I have to just like throw away now that I know differently? Don't get carried away with that. Don't let that carry you away. Focus on the moment, and I mean, maybe not focus on the moment that was horrible and that will drag you down, because that's what's made you feel unseated. But focus on, okay, I had this experience. I am past this experience at this point. Like, as soon as you've had it, and then you had the experience. Now you're past the experience. Look for other people who had an experience that was similar and feel that camaraderie of shared experience with humanity. Even if you're not really connecting with anybody really, just seeing that other people have had this experience is going to help you with that. And it's going to help you feel stable, because these people got through it. You are getting through it, so on we go. And on we go. Our next rune is T-Vaz. T-Vaz is the rune of Tyr. Tyr's the warrior god, but he mostly has to do with a bit of sacrifice, but mostly it has to do with tending duties and responsibilities, and that's what you're going to do. You're going to pick up and do that. I think there's only one rune left in here, so I'm going to actually put it right here. Right here. And that's really interesting to end on, because it balances itself, and I will get to that. So here we are, we're picking up and going from where we were. This happened, but you're going to pick up your sword and you're going to keep going. And it is actually your duty to your life to keep going with that, and that's a great thing. So keep going. Tend your duties, tend your responsibilities. You have things to do, you have energy, you have drive, go forward. One of the things that's going to help you is, I think I can read this in this way, tell your story. We have Ansus, which is the rune of communication and manifestation. All these people who told their stories helped you. So tell your story. This is going to help other people. It's like your duty to do so. So you've come through this experience. Add your story to all the stories of all the people who went through this, and it will help people. And this is sort of like, your duty to do that, your responsibility to do that, as well as picking up and going forward with your duties and responsibilities. Don't let this sit. The longer you let this sit, this is Iva's rune of patience and slow development. The longer you let this sit, the further the experience is going to get from you, the further you are going to, obviously you want to distance yourself from it because it wasn't fun, but while it's fresh, you want to tell this story because it's your duty to do so. It's like, I really need to make sure that people don't feel the way that I felt. Well, everybody's going to feel like their own way, and everybody's going to have that moment when this happens, but you're going to want to give as much comfort to whoever goes through this next as you got when you connected with the people that went through it. So tell that story. Tell your story in a way that people are going to find it who need it. And don't wait on it, because if you wait on it, then it's going to get dimmer and dimmer, and it won't be the help that it would be if you told it while it was fresh. And what this will lead to is, this is interesting. So we have Berkana, we're ending the year with a balance of male and female creative energy. So it's basically, we have Berkana, which is yin, birth, new beginnings and things. It is reversed and it's on the path line, so we'll get to that. But then we have Ingvaz, which is Ing's rune, which is Frey's rune, and Frey is the fertility god, and that has to do with active creation. So I'm actually going to read this. It is a balance to a certain extent in terms of it's a transition from yin to yang. We have an ending of a beginning an ending of the time of yin growth and development and identity, where you were just letting things happen to you, and you're moving into a new phase where you are going to be actively taking part in creating your life and your world. So that's really exciting, December birthday people. Happy birthday! I'm going to pull that so now we can see the whole spread. So there is your full Futhark reading for the year. I wish you a happy birthday, and I wish you a lovely year ahead. Take care till next time. Bye!